both of them dudes is like pre-hype queens, man. Both of them. Yeah. They be hype, in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Ray J, he not hype in nobody's face. He tough when he got people around him. When he by himself, dude is real humble. This how you know it's an act that he putting on, right? Because when the boy by himself, he real humble. He ain't on none of that, man. But when he, away from the people he want to go at, the boy extra cocky. You know what I'm saying? He really about that life. He on that. And you got them certain dudes, right, that can talk like they like that. They want to sound like it. Yeah, I'm on that. But I'm gonna be real though. Dudes that are, like that, they've experienced some situations by being like that. You hear me? They done took a hot one. You feel what I'm saying? They done had some real life experiences because they've been on that. But the actors, the dudes that be acting, nah, they never been in those type of situations. They used to acting and trying to make it look like they this super tough guy and, that they on that, but they just actors. Ray J, definitely. You know what I mean? Because, him and Sauce Walka, was out there streaming with AB and Dean. And we seen when Sauce Walka was in the boy face, Ray J ain't had none of that energy at all. His shit was all calm. Man, why he saying this? And, he was real calm. But then when he get by himself, yeah, I'm a this and I'm a do that and I'm on this and, we ain't playing that and the homies this and the homies that. You feel me? Like, on some real shit. Jokers like that. I just feel like, the crash need to go down. This is how I feel. Fuck it. Just to make it where as though people like that will respect something. You know what I'm saying? Dudes like that, Ray J and Wicked100, they do a lot of wolfing. I feel like the crash just need to happen. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. It is what it is. People all, feel like, oh, black people shouldn't be, into it with black people. Some people be feeling like that, man. I feel like them dudes, they got so much respect for other nationalities that the crash need to happen with them. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let the crash happen. So it'll make niggas respect something. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. Ray J be pump faking all the time. Like he tough though. Dude act like he really a gangster. Where you ain't never been in that. You know what I'm saying? You never been in no real live standoffs. You never been in the situation where a nigga had the thing to your head. You never been in them situations though. You know what I'm saying? So, with these dudes, they just do a lot of capping. That shit be straight foo-faffy. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Shit be foo-faffy. And we see Ray J, like I said, him and Wicked100 are attention-seeking whores. Straight up. That's what they are. You know what I'm saying? They'll act like they the toughest to ever exist for some attention. Just to be noticed. They gonna act like they're the toughest. The right person, catch them in the right predicament, they going, nah, it wasn't like that. And we already seen Ray J was in the crowd somewhere outside and bull smack fire out of him. Straight up, Ray J ain't do nothing. We see him in the ring with Super Hot. super hot, put mitts on him. Ray J ain't do nothing. You know, but then when he on the screen, he the toughest guy that ever existed. You know, and then he want to tear his face up. All the dudes that be tearing their face up, acting like they gonna do shit to people, just remember they soft. Them niggas is soft. Wicked100, you know, he was in a situation where he was doing a podcast over there with some dudes in 607 Onk and shit, right? And literally, the guy said something to him, which we know it wasn't as bad as the shit that Adam say to him. We know Adam say all the crazy shit to him, right? Telling him he want to stick a finger in his ass, you know what I'm saying? Giving him dildos, all kinds of shit, right? And he'll never get that hype. But when he over there with the niggas, the nigga like extra hype. Oh man, he tough as a motherfucker. Yeah, I'ma do this to you, I'ma knock you out. If a nigga telling you that he gonna knock you out, he not like that. You should have just knocked the nigga out. If you like that, if a nigga telling you he gonna knock you out and he gonna do this to you and do that to you, majority of the time, them niggas ain't like that. They just trying to install fear in you. They want niggas to be intimidated by their words. Straight up. Because if a nigga gonna knock you out, he gonna just knock you the fuck out. That's it. Ain't gonna be no, I'm telling you, I'm gonna do shit. I'm not telling you nothing. I don't want you to be prepared. Straight up. I don't want you to be prepared for what's about to happen. Because my plans is to knock you out. Like, what the fuck? So, you know, when you got them dudes like Wicked100, they be barking. That shit is just to sell, you know, the views on the internet. That's it. You know, some people, you know, they fall for it. And, you know, they like, oh, Wicked100. No, that shit's for views, nigga. Yeah, that's all. Nigga get hyped up in front of these niggas. It's because he want attention. Attention-seeking whores. That's what they are. You know what I'm saying? If he was going to knock the boy out, oh, you say this, I'm going to knock you out, nigga. Knock him out. Fuck. Yeah. Don't say it just to try to intimidate a nigga, and you know you ain't going to do it. You know you ain't going to hit the man, but you want everybody to believe that shit. You feel me? That's the type of time these niggas be on. You know, straight capping. Yeah, we got a poll in the chat. And, you know, let me know what your answer is on that poll, man. You know what I mean? Real shit, though. We gonna go over it in a minute, though. Y'all know how I do, man. I just seen this shit. I'm like, hey, these boys is cat. Ray J, he was hype. Wicked, they both be, that's what they selling. You know what I'm saying? That's what they selling. And, you know, recognizing it with them type of people, you can't even let those type of jokers get you in your bag because they not going to do nothing. Straight up, especially on camera. They not doing nothing. Wicked100 might go behind your back and get one of the little cronies, little pee-wee broke niggas to try to do some goofy shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they not doing nothing on camera at all. You know what I'm saying? All that, I'm gonna knock you out. Nigga, you ain't knocking nothing out, bro. Yeah. And if it was the right individual, you know, that was really about their business, he wouldn't even act like that. Real shit. If somebody like Suge Knight, Big U was in his face, Wack wouldn't dare act like that. And I'm just being real. You know, Wack acts like that to people that he see is intimidated by him. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that ain't intimidated by him, he not gonna act like that. Cause a nigga gonna get active. You know? And you know, one thing that I had to learn growing up, right, is there's a lot of men that are really intimidated by other men's words. I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? A nigga get the whooping and they be intimidated because they scared to take an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? And then you got men that try to intimidate others that really can't fight, but they just want to intimidate niggas to keep niggas off their ass. You hear me? Real shit. You know, it's a lot of men like that. I had to learn that growing up. Yeah, niggas ain't gonna, you know, squabble for real because niggas is scared to lose. You know, as a man, you gonna win some, you gonna lose some. Straight up. But the more these motherfuckers you have, the better you get at it. That's just how it go. Nigga be popping that shit. Nigga, you niggas ain't punching on nothing. So I know, nigga, anybody can catch a nigga blind side and hit him. Anybody can do that. Nigga, to get up in there, 2-3 minutes of fighting, that shit there is something else in the street. Nigga be popping that shit. 2-3 minutes of this shit, pugging, getting down. Oh yeah. Everybody can't handle that. Nigga be ready to have an asthma attack. Nigga be ready to fall out. 2-3 minutes of that. These niggas be popping it. This is why a lot of them jokers need niggas around them. Yeah, they gotta have niggas around them because they can't fight. Scared to take an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Scared of that. But when you really come from, you know, that life of being by yourself in the street, nigga, you ain't scared of that. You not scared of that, nigga, because you know you can't win them all. You gonna get out there and dance, nigga. We gonna get it popping. Straight up. You know, I had to learn that. This is a fact. You know, from experience. I had to learn a lot of niggas be pump faking. Straight up. You know, all the dudes that be trying to intimidate niggas, you get up in the middle of them niggas and catch them with these shits, they going out. They can't handle it. Now, I ain't running all around in the circle, nigga. I'm coming up in there. You hear me? I want to come up in there. Win, lose, or draw, nigga. You might catch me with one. But I want to come straight up in that motherfucker. My shit up in there. And I'm going to drop these motherfucking bombs. You're going to need about 4 or 5 of your homies to jump on. We know that. This how these niggas is rolling. You know what I'm saying? They not getting up there in the middle. You know, we seen how Wicked100 was when he was outside with the play with the white boys. That lets you know his style. He bouncing all around and like he's swinging his little short arm. Nigga, hold up. Nigga. Coming up in there. Straight up. Yeah. I'm going to let you get 1 or 2 of them bitches off. You better get it right. All that bouncing around and these niggas is running in a circle. Like the video that I showed the people when I had a situation. Literally. Boy was 6'4", 250, cut up. Nigga, I'm right there. You hear me? I'm right there. I'm going to drop these motherfuckers. Ain't no bouncing all around. Nigga, I'm not jumping all around in the circle and all that shit. Nigga, nah, nigga, we gonna get there and bump, nigga. Either you gonna knock me the fuck out or I'm gonna knock you out. I'm not running all around and jumping all. No. We gonna get right there and bump, nigga. But these niggas that be talking that, oh, I'm gonna do this and do that, nigga, you talking. Nigga, do it. Straight up. If you like that, nigga, you would have had some cases for those situations. You know what I'm saying? if you like that. You know what I mean? Real shit. Now, Wicked100 done had situations from blindside niggas. That nigga ain't getting in there bumping with no gangsters. Yeah, that nigga go at a nigga that, you know, ain't like that. Yeah. You know, he like to intimidate niggas in the industry. You know, that's what, you know, niggas like Wicked100 do. They be around certain niggas and intimidate certain niggas in the industry. Straight up. You know what I mean? That's the shit they do. And, you know, and I'm, you know, glad from my experience and shit. It's a good thing that a joker like me ain't in the middle of that. I would have been like, fuck life. You know what I'm saying? Forget life. Them niggas like, you know, Wicked100 and Suge Knight doing that shit. Nigga, man, I'd have been like, fuck life. You niggas think you gonna press me for something and you niggas think you gonna walk around here like it's all gravy? Nigga, you got to be fucking crazy. Yeah. But that's the kind of shit that they do to certain individuals in the industry that they feel, you know, is weak. You might be getting some money in the industry, in the entertainment world, and they feel like you sweet. So those are type of niggas that they play that with. You know what I'm saying? You play that shit with the right individual, you gonna motherfucking wish you didn't do that. You know, but I feel like, you know, certain jokers analyze the people that they do that with, and, you know, they try to catch niggas out of bounds. You know what I mean? You do that to a certain individual, they'll wait on you. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know, my uncle, he used to always say to me, when he had beef with certain niggas, he'd be like, man, I don't care if I see that nigga 5-10 years from now. Straight up. I don't care if I see him 5 or 10 years from now. And he stood on that shit. He stood on that. It be 5-10 years from now, he see a nigga and he ready to pug right there. Straight up. Yeah. Now, what was that shit you was saying? The nigga done forgot about the shit. Nah, nigga. I ain't forget. I ain't forget. The nigga done forgot about the shit like it was cool. Nigga, I ain't forget. Yeah. You know, see, and the one thing about Wicked100, right? The ball start too much shit with everybody. Appreciate that, C. Brown. That's a fact. Real shit. Appreciate the super chat, though, bro. You know, the one thing about Wicked100, he start too much shit with everybody. Yeah. You know, he don't know where it can come from. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. He don't know where it can come from. He start too much shit with too many different people. You know, and I don't know, like, what them guys be thinking, like, on some real shit. Having people around you does not stop the right person from getting active. I don't know where this came from in the world, what makes people think that because you have people around you, it stops the right person from getting active. I don't understand that. Like, I don't know where that thought process came in. Having people around you does not stop somebody that is on that. Not one bit. It don't stop that shit. But these niggas think, I don't care if you got 10, 20, 30 people around you. A nigga that really feel some type of way about something, that say, I'm leaving the house today expecting not to come back the fuck home, that type of nigga, you having 10, 20 niggas around you, don't stop that nigga. And this is what, you know, these people that like Wicked100, Ray J, that because they think they around gang members or wherever the fuck they be around, they think that that shit works. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. You know, literally, right? See, you know, and that's one thing about black people, right? You know, on some real live shit. This why this shit continue to go on, because it's niggas that will be on that shit, but then it's niggas that get to thinking about, you know, the consequences. But then you got certain people in them other cultures that they not thinking about the consequence. You see what happened to Charlie Kirk. You see what happened to the CEO of the insurance, the medical insurance. You see what happened. Those people went out the house that morning and said, I ain't coming back home. I'm going out there and I'm not coming back home. Hey, if I make it back, I make it back. But the whole thing is I'm going out the door and I probably ain't coming back. But you know, you got, you know, these certain like gang members and shit like that, you know, in the neighborhood, they'll be a gorilla. They'll go to jail for life in their neighborhood shit. They'll go for one block down the street, they'll go to jail for life. But if a nigga is across town, they don't got that same energy. A nigga over somewhere else, they don't got that same energy. But if you walk down my street that you don't own nothing, you're a renter, you can get put out, and the only time you can come around the block is just walking through, you don't live out there, they be ready to crash out for that. Straight up. This the mentality they got. Now, if you got an issue with a joker, right? Why does it only take for the nigga that is on your block for you to have an issue with? I don't get that. If you got an issue with a nigga, you got an issue with a nigga. They gotta come on your block. You know, you got like some of the niggas that say Wicked100 not gonna come on the block. Right? Yeah, he ain't gonna come on the block. He ain't gonna come on Vernon Avenue. And he ain't gonna come on, you know, this block, that block, right? So the only way that, you know, he can be confronted is on your block. That's the only way. He can't get confronted nowhere else on your block. So of course he's not gonna come to your block. It just make it where as though, you know the mind frame of these jokers. Real shit. You know the mind frame. If they don't come to your block, nigga, they good. Yeah. This why Wicked100 play with the niggas like he play with them. He play with all the gang members the same because he know as long as I don't go to your block, niggas ain't on nothing. Nah. If I go to your block, then you feel like you He-Man. But if I don't go to your block, nah. Come on now. But you got niggas like, you know, the boy that was out there on Charlie Kirk's ass. He ain't care where Charlie Kirk went. Do you know the CEO guy that was walking around New York? The nigga ain't care where he went. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much people you got around you and who you got here and who you got there, man. Listen, it's people out there that just don't care, you know? But you know, Wicked100, he like to play with, you know, the gang members. Straight up. He like to play with the gang members because obviously, in his mind, they only hard on their block. You know what I'm saying? When he on the podcast, you know, wolfing, that shit full fafi. Cat. Yeah, that shit cat. You know what I mean? Because he was hyped up. Yeah, I'm going to break your shit and, Yeah, I'm gonna do this. He was hyped up. Yeah, you playing with me and come on, man. Come on with that pre-hype shit, bro. You pre-hype. You ain't doing nothing to nobody, I know when he did it, he like, yo, I'm gonna get you the views. And then, he get the niggas that look at it and they think that, this is the gangster whack. Yeah, this whack with the gangster, he crashed out. Nigga, that shit fufafi. That shit is fufafi. Man, if y'all notice when I be talking about the bull, man, I don't never cover the titles the way none of these niggas do. Yeah, I'm not covering the titles the same way they acting like Wack is a gorilla. Wack crash out. Nigga crash out, nigga Wack is out there acting. That nigga is a Tubi actor. Straight up. A Tubi actor on YouTube, man. That's what he is. All Wack and crashed out and he done snapped out and nigga Wack ain't doing nothing to nobody, man. Straight up. He got the lames around him that make it feel like something. We see what happened with them. Them niggas is falling all over the place with the strap. They got the strap. They falling all over. These niggas ain't never licked at nothing, man. The only time they lick in the air is New Year's Eve and 4th of July, nigga. Straight up. These niggas ain't licking at nothing, man. Straight up. They licking in the air 4th of July. Blue. Hey, hold up. Hold up. Yeah, New Year's Eve. Man, let me see it, man. Woo. They got their head this way. Woo. Yeah. They licking in the air, man. Straight up. And these niggas ain't never been up on nothing. You let Wack tell it. You hear me? You let Wack tell it, right? That nigga, he had blowouts in the mall. You let him tell it. That nigga had blowouts in the mall. Yeah, at 12 now. At 12 years old, you let that boy tell you he done had him in the mall. Nigga, I'm in the mall, I done had a blowout, nigga. Nigga, you ain't done none of that, man. That's the shit he be on, though. Trying to make niggas believe like, he busting that iron. Nigga, you ain't never had no residue on your hand, nigga. Stop it, man. You just carrying that thing. Straight up, you want to scare a nigga. That's all. A lot of these niggas, they get the strap just to scare a nigga. They not going to use the motherfucker. They want to scare a nigga. They know niggas get scared with that iron. You see a nigga with the strap, nigga get scared. Oh, he got a gun, nigga. Straight up. No cap. You hear me? No cap. Like on some real shit. Now I done been in multiple situations with a nigga with that strap on me. You hear me? Nigga got the joint to me. I done been in a situation where it felt like, let me go ahead, lay it on down. Nigga got me. You hear me? And I done been in a situation where I'm about to try this nigga. Fuck it. Now I'm gonna try him. Yeah, bust that motherfucker, nigga. I done been in multiple situations. Now, I done been in a situation where a nigga got that joint on me, tell me lay down. I'm gonna lay the fuck down, all right? Because I don't know. This nigga right here look like he might let this motherfucker go. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lay it on down. And I done been in a situation where I done knew a nigga and he got the joint on me. And I'm looking at the nigga. I'm ready to literally tag the nigga with the joint. Nigga tell me, nigga, you got one swing, nigga, because he see me. I'm like, nigga, I ain't giving you shit, nigga. Nigga say, yo, you gonna act like that with a gun in your face? Nigga, I ain't giving you nothing, nigga. Nothing. Straight up. Now, this how you know boy he got busy before, but I guess with me, he didn't want to go there. Cause I was willing to I was risking it. It was a risky situation. I was risking it, no cap. And I'm sitting there like, I done balled my fists up, ready to tag the nigga. I'm trying to inch a little closer to him, you know. I'm ready to try to smack the strap and tag it. Nigga, I ain't giving you nothing. The nigga ain't getting nothing from me either. He know I was standing my ground. He could have popped me. You hear me? The right nigga would have popped me. At least gave me a leg warmer. Straight up. If it was the right nigga, he would at least gave me a leg warmer. Boom! All right, nigga, you playing. I told you to give it up, nigga. Didn't I tell you give it up? The right nigga would have did that. Facts. You hear me? But in that situation, nigga took off running. But the nigga had so much beef. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga had so much beef, a nigga checked him anyway. You know what I'm saying? He running around doing that shit. That's one thing about those type of niggas. When you run around doing that kind of shit and you think you a gangster, a nigga gonna check you. This how I'm telling y'all, these niggas that's pretending they actors. Because if they really like that, a nigga go and check you. Straight up. If you really like that, you gonna get checked. When I hear about some of the gang members that was really like that in LA, you hear what happened to them. They've been knocked off. Straight up. You hear what happened to them. The niggas that's putting in their own work, that's really not the nigga that's getting a little flunky bull to do some goofy shit. Not that nigga. Yeah, you trying to influence other niggas to do dumb shit. No, the nigga that's putting in the work, a nigga go and check you. Straight up. You think niggas is gonna allow you to run around and really press them and you putting in the work in and somebody don't get at you? But let Wicked100 tell you, he got all of these, gangster guerrilla stories that, he done put the work in and the nigga ain't never been hit before, ever. Now, it don't work like that.